Yeah, because for someone like you who is a huge Shawn Michaels fan, you say Shawn Michaels is going to be coming back. Awesome. Maybe it'll have something to do with, even if you put him in the ring with Owens and Jericho for a promo, would have been something. But you throw him in the middle of a very stale mid-card promo that has no title around it and no heat. To me, that's a waste. But you're going to get guys like me who are going to tune in every week.
Dummy, yeah.
That's what happens. You hook me with Shawn Michaels, and then I watch But also the thing about it is Shawn Michaels isn't the kind of guy that comes back every 2 weeks,
Right.
He legitimately is one of those legends where it's not like, oh, and Michaels is back he's back for this, he's back for that. He's not a Brock Lesnar. He's not, I don't know, what a legend shows up all the time? Ric Flair.
I mean, Foley obviously is the GM now.
Yeah, this is something that people are going to tune in for, and if there's definitely there was a lot of room to do stuff with him, and they dropped the ball.
Yeah, they just didn't have anything planned. So, and we got another cruiserweight match. It was Neville against Lince Dorado. Neville won this in 3 minutes. Apparently, that's the cruiserweight. That's their
cap. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah,
that's their zone, right? 3 to 5 minutes every week. So again, Neville's whole thing is he's obviously turned heel recently, and his thing is being the king of the cruiserweights, and he's going after Rich Swann for the Cruiserweight Championship. I think that it's... I'm glad that they finally got Neville back on the show, and I think he's been doing well with what they've given him. So him winning matches is fine by me. Again, I wish that they'd be able to work longer matches and do more stuff, but that said, at least that he's getting wins on Raw as opposed to not being on at all.
Yeah, Neville is one of my favorite things on Monday Night Raw right now, which is... it's saying a lot. I've always been a big Neville fan. You've heard me talk about this a million times on the podcast before. But to have Neville come back, he's working a much stiffer style. He's working a faster, more aggressive style. And I was doing a lot of things. I'm glad they changed. First of all, his finisher was a superplex for 2 weeks. Does nobody remember this? Did you see that on 205 Live?
I think I did. I think I heard about it.
He finished 2 matches with a standard superplex, which is totally cool. I'm fine with that. It was a little out of nowhere. But I'm glad they gave him a new finisher. It's the Rings of Saturn, made famous by Perry Saturn, of course. Very similar to the Regal Stretch. But also what I was thinking of the match is how difficult it is for a heel's finisher to be something from the top rope. Because part of climbing up top rope is building the anticipation in the crowd. Is he going to hit it? Is he not going to hit people who get behind you? It's tough to do that as a heel. When he was a face and did the Red Arrow, people went crazy for it. It's like it's not the same when he's a heel. You want a little something different. So kudos to him for really kind of branching out and doing something completely different than he's ever done before. And I think he's doing fantastic as a heel. He comes out. You know what changed everything? The beard.
Yeah.
The beard, man.
Beards
done. Make you heels. And I was watching 205 Live. I know, you're welcome. One of us has to. Mm-hmm. And Tony Nese was in the ring, and I look quick, and they look identical. They're both... First of all, I call baloney those guys are under 205. Unless they're both about 2'6", there's no way either of those guys weighs under 205. But
someone questioned Tony Nese on Twitter about that, and they were like, 205? No way, bro. And he wrote back and he was like, 196, bro. So I don't. He claims he's 196.
I claim I'm 5'9". Doesn't mean I'm actually 5'9".
I was gonna say I think he's probably a similar height to us, right? I think, or at least he's close to it. So.
When we were next to him at Miller's, he was a little bit taller than me. You're 5'9".
I'm like 5'9". Yeah.
You're 5'9". I'm really holding on to 5'7", really, really tightly. So he's somewhere in between us, But I don't care. There's no way, bro. There's no way. His biceps have heads on them. Like there's no way the guy's 205. How the hell did we get here? What are we talking about? Oh, Neville. There we go. So it was a good match with Lince Dorado. I had no problem with that. Next, it was Sheamus versus Luke Gallows. This is the classic tag teams feuding singles match week after week. Last week, it was Cesaro versus Carl Anderson. This week, it was Sheamus and Luke Gallows. The match was okay, but the main story was Cesaro and Anderson on commentary. What did you think?
Yeah, it was okay. I thought the Cesaro and Anderson match from the week before was much better than this, but
yeah, definitely.
Like you said, they're building the tag feud with these guys for the titles, and so they traded wins. Sheamus won this match against Gallows, and Anderson had beaten Cesaro last week. So, and then like a little bit of a brawl, I think, after the match ended. So,
yep, there was a swing on the or attempted swing on the rampway.
On the ramp, right, yeah.
But I really enjoyed the banter between Anderson and Cesaro. Cesaro's a funny guy, and I'm glad they're giving a chance. Give him a chance to talk. A little
think
bit.
Anderson threw a water bottle at him, and Cesaro took a bump off of it, right?
Yeah, he did. He definitely oversold HBK versus Hogan style. So, I'm interested in this tag feud. It's something new. The New Day is nowhere near the tag titles, which is great. And, hopefully Sheamus and Cesaro get a strong win, which is tough because I'm a huge fan of Anderson and Gallows, but you can't have Sheamus and Cesaro lose right away. They're kind of building momentum. They're finally starting to work cohesively as a team. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
So, I think at this point in the show, if I'm not mistaken, and I may be one segment off, but I think this is where the Undertaker segment took place. Before the women's tag. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
not that it matters. We can talk about the end first. It's our show, damn it.
You're right.
Do what I want. I do what I want.
I sell shoes.
I sell women's shoes.
So, I
have a lot of problems with this.
The one thing... Well, okay, yeah, I'll talk about what annoyed me about it. So, nothing to do with The Undertaker himself. His part I thought was okay. But for some reason... it was decided at the beginning of the show that Stephanie McMahon was going to give Mick Foley a performance review. And
it's called booking on the fly. That's on the fly booking.
And his performance review was heavily based around whether The Undertaker would appear on Raw.
It makes sense, Joe.
So now, listen. I've been working for, I don't know.
Hold on. When you, I could tell when you're about to go off on something. I just kind of sit back and...
Let's rock.
I've been working probably since, I don't know, 17 years, let's say. 17, 18 years I've been working.
Was that 2-3 years ago?
No. No.
Half your life, actually.
Half my life, yes. So, when you give performance reviews, it's usually not based off of one specific incident that takes place over the course of a 12-month period.
No, I'm not going to...
I've written reviews. I've received reviews. That's just not how they work, my friend.
Yeah,
you know this. You do the same thing. You've received reviews. You've written reviews.
I get my ass kicked in them all the time.
So, to state that his review solely depends on whether The Undertaker would appear on Raw seems a little bit like a stretch to me. And unfair, to boot. The other thing, I guess, is that I don't know how he is responsible for getting The Undertaker to appear on Raw. A month ago, or whatever it was, The Undertaker was on Smackdown. And saying that was his home. So I don't know why he would then be expected to appear on Raw.
He's true blue, right? He was SmackDown as his show, and that's... Yep. Yeah. He was rallying the SmackDown troops against Monday Night Raw.
That's right. He was. So, at any rate, Mick Foley went to the ring, and she only gave him until 10 o'clock. I don't know why, because the show goes until 11:15. But
11:75, it seems like every...
Yeah.
But yeah.
So she gave him until 10 o'clock Eastern, and... he came to the ring. Undertaker was not there. She proceeded to tear him up, as she usually does, and belittle people. And then The Undertaker appeared. So, essentially the whole segment was built around The Undertaker saying he was going to enter himself into the Royal Rumble this year, and he could come and go as he pleases on whatever show that he wants because nobody can control him, and he kind of got in Stephanie's face on that, which I did appreciate.
Good.
And that was the segment. So what were your thoughts on this segment?
It sucked.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, here's my issue. The whole Undertaker on Raw thing, I can't stand it. You brought The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels on Raw because you want to boost the ratings going into Royal Rumble. It is what it is. It's business, and I don't have a problem with it if it makes a small amount of... give me a shred of sense to make. A shred, and I'll buy it. Stephanie's character is becoming insufferable. I mean, I'm sure you felt that, 1999?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, it's becoming unbearable. Mick Foley looks like a blithering idiot week in and week out. Some of that is his character because that's kind of what he's trying to be, I guess. He's trying to be that, lovable doofus. But the other part is just Stephanie continually doo-dooing all over him every single week. I don't know if they're trying to get her more over as a heel. I don't know how much more over you can get her because in the same week that she verbally accosted Mick Foley, she then destroyed your two female contenders in Sasha Banks and Bayley. Which, I don't know, do you want to get to that? We'll get to that in a second, because we'll finish with this whole thing here. But Undertaker's going to be in the Royal Rumble, fine. Nothing makes sense. I assume whoever eliminates the Undertaker from the Rumble is going to be his match at WrestleMania. That's what I'm guessing. So I hope it can be Maven.
Would you
bring him back? Maven! I miss that guy. That'll finally complete.
With every death, there comes rebirth. It's a circle of life.
It's almost 20-year anniversary for that.
Would you like to hear the latest rumor?
Is it Rocco Rock or Johnny Grunge?
No.
Chris Masters.
No, I don't know. So I don't know who his opponent's going to be. We were just
Lance Archer. So I could go ahead.
The Dave Meltzer newsletter comes out on Wednesdays every week with a lot of insider stuff. So I may or may not get thrown in jail for mentioning certain things that come in his newsletter. But whatever, I pay $9.99 a month for it, so I can say whatever I want.
See, that's what's good about us being a team. You get the newsletter, I get New Japan World, then we both bring it to the table.
It's all over.
Just so you guys know, we are recording this on Wednesday, so it just came out today. That's
yes,
really
you're
right.
Yeah. So I think there was a thought or a rumor, right, that there's a possibility that it was going to be Undertaker and John Cena at WrestleMania.
That's fine.
The latest newsletter or the information from Dave Meltzer is that is now off the table.
Awesome.
So
awesome. Here we go.
And that Undertaker will not be in a title match, and he's going to face somebody on the Raw brand. That was what I heard.
Is it going to be a triple threat between Goldberg and Lesnar and Taker?
So it's all up in the air. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting because for the last couple of weeks, I had sort of been going under the assumption that it was going to be Undertaker and Cena, and that apparently as of this week, and this obviously is subject to change because Vince does whatever he wants on a weekly basis, that match is now off the table. So it's interesting to see. It also means I don't know who John Cena is going to be wrestling, and we can get into that when we talk about SmackDown in a few minutes. But I thought it was interesting. So I don't know. So when you mentioned that maybe whoever eliminates him will be his WrestleMania match, I think that's certainly in play because I don't know who that's going to be or what they're going to set up for Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Any chance it'll be Goldberg?
So that was the other thing. As I was talking to BK, he was texting me about the newsletter, and I had said, maybe that was an option, but I just assumed they were going to do Goldberg and Lesnar again, but maybe they'll mix it up or throw it into a three-way.
A triple threat match would be awesome. You know what you should do? I just thought about it. When Meltzer comes out with his newsletter, why don't you screen cap it and we could post it on our Facebook?
I'm pretty sure
that's highly illegal.
That would probably be illegal, yes, for those. But I think it's fair game to talk about it because anybody could go, and get the newsletter. And I've only had it for a few months, and it's definitely worthwhile. Not that I'm trying to give Meltzer a plug, but that's.
You just bashed Meltzer for calling the Omega versus Okada match the greatest match in wrestling history, and now you're plugging him. You got to make up your mind, bro. You know what? Let's switch. You can have New Japan Pro subscription. No, I'll have the.
I want you to have that. I want you to enjoy it. I think it's.
I will. I just want you to open up your horizons. I just wish you didn't hate that. That part of the country, that part of the world.
No, I don't hate.
There's a lot of.
There's no hatred there. I like Naito. I like Tanahashi. I've been to several ROH shows with New Japan wrestlers on it. I mean,
except we haven't seen Omega live.
Yeah, you're right. We have not seen Omega live.
Maybe that'll change. Did you see? We're veering far off track. We'll get right back. Did you see the new Elite video?
No. Did it have Kenny Omega in it?
No, but it had that other overrated guy, Adam Cole.
Oh, Dean Ambrose? No.
Nice. No, it was a video. It was the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega all very sad they lost at Wrestle Kingdom. And Adam Cole walks in. He's like, "Hey guys," and he's all happy carrying the belt. And the Young Bucks were telling him how they kind of they shouldn't talk about it because Omega lost. And then Kenny Omega's like, "It's okay," because somebody sent us and they showed little Beanie Babies that somebody made, and Omega gave one to himself and he gave one to Nick and one to Matt. And Adam Cole was like, "Where's mine?" He's like, "Oh." And so they're teasing a little bit of dissension between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. What do you think, buddy? Would that get you back on the Kenny Omega bandwagon?
If he jobs to Adam Cole, sure.
Well, he shouldn't be jobbing.
Why not?
He should never job again until he wins the title.
He needs to pay his dues. If I'm being Vince McMahon about myself, I'm going to say he needs to pay his dues.
He's 33.
Maybe he needs to lose to Kalisto. Maybe. I'm just saying.
Listen, when Adam Cole gets signed to WWE in April, that's exactly what he's going to be doing.
Adam Cole? Cole Adams or whatever his name is.
Cole, Cole Adams. That's, oh my god. The gentleman Cole Adams. I'll give him like an Englishman gimmick. He'll come in with